Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Oscar vs. Trevor here. I'm joined by Thomas, as always. We recovered from the Oscar nominations, and now it's time to parse through, to take a look, to
Yeah,
see what's happened. We're going to do a breakdown for every single one of the categories, and just kind of talk about what happened because we didn't really get a chance to. Well, we were in the thick of the reaction.
exactly.
So, yeah, let's just jump in. Best Picture. So
So we
the
started off
big
strong
one, yeah.
with a strong surprise.
With I'm Still
Um,
Here and Nickel Boys.
yeah,
No Real Pain, no Sing Sing, no September 5, despite the screenplay nominations. Sing Sing getting actor and screenplay, Real Pain supporting actor screenplay. But it's I'm Still Here off of actress and international, and Nickel Boys pulling a Women Talking off of just screenplay. Very
and
happy with this.
yeah, I mean, obviously,
Fantastic
Nickel
for Nickel
Boys.
Boys.
Thank God
Film of
that's
the
in there,
year.
and that's exactly the
Yep.
kind of film that should be in Best Picture. And I think that the I'm Still Here, obviously, we'll touch on that, but
Yeah.
Nickel Boys getting in is still a major surprise. Looking at really its nomination, or we were predicting it, but it was not a confident prediction at all. And the fact that it managed
Yeah.
to still make it off of lone screenplay, strange nominee for that. Or not nominated, deservedly nominee for that, but strange that
Right.
was the only nominee that it was able to get. Cinematography obviously fell off, director wasn't there, but at the end of the day, it's got the picture. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
For sure. For sure. Like, I don't know. Like a Real Pain and Sing Sing. I mean, the debate was between those two, and both of them just ended up kind of collapsing.
Mhm.
Um, it
September
didn't
5 as well. September 5 as well
September 5,
was
and it
it
managed to get screenplay, and it managed to get
managed to
screenplay.
still get screenplay, yeah. So
Yeah,
but it just never came to really fruition. And PGA getting 8 out of 10 is not unheard of. It's not unexpected. Just because
it
last
happened
year they
two
got
years ago,
10
like
exactly. Last year
with
they
the
did very
whale,
well.
and I can't remember what else they did, but yeah,
Did they do Tick Tick Boom? I think they did Tick.
they might have done Tick Tick Boom and the
Or
whale.
am I mistaking years? No, I think that was Tick Tick Boom was earlier. Anyway,
Anyways, they
um,
did something with yeah,
yeah.
they got eight out of 10. So, oh no, it was Black Panther that year. It was the whale and Black Panther. They were the two that they did. and
Okay.
then and then obviously those two didn't happen.
So,
Anyways,
yeah.
um, so as far as winning, because Emilia Perez got 13 nominations, it's a fucking lot, most for an international film ever. Thomas has people fucking cackling in the background at Emilia Perez, deservedly so.
Yeah. Deservedly so.
Um,
Rightly so.
and uh,
I mean, I
I
think
just
it is the obvious winner. And I think people are
With Conclave snubs and
mm,
director and cinematography, which we'll get to.
yeah. It almost takes it out of competition. And I think it
Yes.
does. It can still definitely win screenplay. A lot of people will probably be tempted to just immediately switch to a complete unknown because
After it's under overperformance, yeah.
Conclave didn't do that well. But Conclave still won screenplay at the Golden Globes when it was
Does
a
that matter?
category. It was a combined category. It does suggest a huge amount of strength in that category. And Conclave still did well enough to warrant like a screenplay win, where the complete unknown hasn't necessarily been showing up. Obviously, it missed a Critics' Choice for screenplay. It
We'll
just
we'll see what happens at BAFTA because WGA is kind of going to be irrelevant,
yeah,
right? So we will just really have to see what happens at BAFTA, to be honest.
no, but
Um, because they clearly loved, like they loved the complete unknown.
yeah, they no, undoubtedly, and complete unknown is now a picture contender. I would say I'm not
It's in the
saying
conversation
it's the strongest contender. I still think Anora, The Brutalist, and Emilia Perez are above it. Um,
because Brutalist did quite well. It got editing,
Brutalist did
right?
well. Brutalist
It got both
Brutalist
acting
did better
categories.
than expected. I wasn't
Yeah,
expecting
yeah.
Felicity Jones to even show up. I wasn't predicting her.
Felicity Jones
Obviously,
editing, yeah.
yeah. So Brutalist does have support and can potentially win the BAFTA and can then go on from there. I don't think it's going to win PGA, and I don't think it remains a type of film that will win Best Picture. We would have said that a few months ago about Emilia Perez. However,
Yes.
the reaction to Emilia Perez is what doesn't make sense. Not the fact that based off of this reaction, for it to then to
Right.
go on to win Best Picture, that tracks logically. That makes perfect sense.
Yes.
The reaction it's received, how it's been talked about, the discussion that have come from it, whether that's good, bad, everyone is talking about Emilia Perez, and I think Netflix have their first Oscar winner on their hands, which
Yeah.
if they've been waiting a long time, they've always been strong campaigners, and I think this is the one where they
that they
oversee it,
finally
like, 'cause-
get.
yeah,
My
'cause
only
in
concern,
previous
my
it's
only
been
concern,
they've had a film like The Brutalist. They've
right,
had Power of a Dog, they've
right.
had Roma, whereas this is
But will Amelia Paris play well on a ballot? I don't know. I'm still not convinced. I'm really not.
and that is a reasonable
The
gripe.
question is
And
just what
something like
does.
Anora, but will
Anora
the
might do
Brutalist?
better.
I'm not sure Brutalist will.
I don't
Anora
know. So
will.
Anora could play better on ballot. Conclave
Yeah.
could still play better on a ballot. The fact that it didn't get director and cinematography is concerning. It's
Mm.
concerning, but it still is the type, like, it's still gotten 8 nominations. It's still the type of thing that could play well on a ballot.
Yeah, I think Anora is the one that the ballot argument works best for, because that is critics' favorite film of the year. A lot of people who've seen it will have that as their favorite of the year, and it doesn't have much dislike towards it. Whereas Conclave, a lot of people have just sort of shrugged it off. A
And
Complete
Brutalist
Unknown
also
has
has like that
received
manufactured AI,
similar
hit
reaction.
piece controversy thing that could also
Yeah.
hurt it.
Yeah, potentially. And The Brutalist is as well the type of film that people will be looking at this lineup and maybe putting it 10 because they didn't really take to it, whatever.
Right.
So it will favour Anora. I just don't think it will favour Anora enough to surpass Emilia Perez, really, here. It needs to have a great showing at Critics' Choice. And by great, I don't just mean like, oh, it wins picture. I really think Mikey Madison will need to win
Right.
at Critics' Choice. It needs to do well. It needs to do very well. And I just don't see it personally. I mean, I'd
Critics'
love
Choice to
to see
Emilia
it,
Perez.
but it's over.
Yeah.
Even though that's, you can say, oh well, Brutus might still win BAFTA and whatever. Like, realistically, if Emilia Perez is, which has been a critically, divisive film to say the least, if that can still win Critics' Choice,
if the critics go for Emilia Perez, like,
and the guilds, we've seen them go for it, the international body are going for it, and we've talked about this. The international body is getting stronger and stronger in the Oscars. I mean, look at this Best Picture one. I'm Still Here was able to make it off of
2 international films. The 2 films from international feature getting, like, we had Anatomy and Zone last year, but Anatomy obviously wasn't in the category.
But it's getting stronger and stronger, and you can't, and this has produced brilliant stuff. It has produced Anatomy of a Fall and Zone nominees last time. So, but and in this case, it will favour Emilia Perez, and we will have a very frustrating Best Picture winner.
But, anyways, at this point, the only thing I care about is this. Nickel.
Exactly.
Nickel Boys got in. Could not be more happy. Deep breaths. Like, very, very happy with that. Okay. Let's get into some other categories now. So we've got Best Director here. So when I heard the name James Mangold, I freaked the fuck out, and then we still got Curly Farzad. So Edward Berger, the big miss here, the second year in a row that not second year, but his second film in a row that it's done very, very well, and they've snubbed Berger. They must hate him. I don't know. Did he kill somebody's cat? Like, wild that that's happened twice now.
Yeah. I mean,
Mangold,
when you look at why that happened, part of me does think Conclave, of course Conclave is an acting screenplay film. Like, there is logic to the decision, whereas The Substance is a heavily
directing film.
And A Complete Unknown, James Mangold, I just think that happened because they really like A Complete Unknown.
They love A Complete Unknown, and it's Mangold's first nomination. Like, he has been in the industry making films that have done well at the Academy forever, and he's never been nominated. So I think it does actually make sense to give, let's give Mangold his flowers, right?
Yeah. I know, and that probably had some bearing, but at the end of the day, I think the reason Mangold got in was just because they love A Complete Unknown. For whatever reason, guilds, and there's just been this surge in momentum that has just been unstoppable, really. And I think does seem to be continuing, and we'll get to actor, but I think that is where Passion will funnel into, and then we'll get a Timothée Chalamet win. I think at this point that is my prediction. I think that is the logical prediction, really, to make. Obviously,
with the surge plus the Brutalist controversy with surrounding Adrian Brody's performance,
plus SAG really loving
Complete Unknown, giving it 4 nominations, potentially winning. Like at SAG for Chalamet. Yeah, I think it makes sense. I think that would make sense. So, as far as the win here, I am still leaning Corbett. There's a non-zero chance it's Audiard. Like, that did overperform with, like, cinematography and text and everything. Yeah. With Corbett, though, like, as long as Corbett keeps on sweeping, it did overperform The Brutalist. It got
Yeah.
the editing nom that it really needed.
Yeah.
It got 2 acting noms. So like it's The Brutalist had a good day. The Brutalist had a good
The
day.
Brutalist is Roma and The Power of the Dog, and those comparisons have been made before by other people, and it's because those comparisons are apt. Like it
Right.
is exactly that kind of thing that is a directorial achievement. But at the end of the day, is it the film that people remember most from the year, that people want to talk about the most from the year? Possibly
Exactly. Yeah.
not. Possibly not.
Yeah. No. Agreed. 100% agreed. Okay, let's get into what Pet Lover's Choice. Oh
Was that in
shit.
the award ceremony that
Oh
we're talking
shit.
about?
Let's see. Let me just zoom in here a second. Okay. Best actress now. So I tried to take a swing here, saying that maybe we'd see a random Revo miss.
I
Didn't
tried
happen.
to talk you out of that one, but because this became the
This
sort of
this is the
consensus
obvious
5
five. It was the
towards the
obvious
end.
5.
Yeah, and so
Fernanda
that
Torres getting
end,
in, great, fantastic.
good
Like,
for her.
and then it's
Exactly.
just the obvious top 4. There's really not much to say here, I feel.
Nothing really
Mary Jean
changed
Baptiste
about
didn't
where
happen,
this country should
which
be looking
is,
at. Yeah,
snub.
yeah.
No
Although
Pamela
it is
Anderson.
worth
Last
mentioning,
Girls
Pamela
Blank.
Anderson last year ago completely
Completely blanked. We'll get
gone.
to supporting actress, but yeah,
Yeah,
even Jamie Lee Curtis getting that momentum of SAG and BAFTA, just nothing there.
which again, with the
Nothing.
benefit of hindsight, yeah, that is a thing that SAG would pick out, and then no one else really do. The BAFTA thing is weird. Jamie Lee
The
Curtis getting
BAFTA is what
BAFTA
threw me off.
nom.
I wouldn't have done it if she didn't get BAFTA.
Yeah, but BAFTA do 6 supporting, so there's a chance she was just the number 6 on that ballot. There was a chance she was the number 6 in this race. So I
Yeah.
guess we don't know.
But yeah, no. Like it's it's a solid 5. As far as winner, it should just be more, you'd assume.
Should just be more. Yeah, Madison's last chance to build up
The Critics'
anything will be a
Choice.
Critics' Choice, but I don't see it for. I don't know why the Critics' Choice wouldn't go for more when the narrative is there, her face is all over the film. The makeup win as well,
Right.
probable, and yeah, I just think it's Demi Moore's year, and good for her. She is a good choice. I would personally go for Mikey, but Demi Moore's not a bad winner by any means.
For sure. For sure. For sure. Best actor. This guy.
Yes, which
Sad about
we
no
said.
Daniel Craig.
Yeah,
Because
sad about no queer in general.
just queer in
nothing
general.
for
I would love
Blind.
to see that film just get some sort of attention. And the thing is here, like like they're my top 2 performances of the year. It would have been nice to see both of them get representation, considering Apprentice had another nomination. But Stan is my favorite leading performance of the year. So
Yeah, exactly. And the fact that we said when we watched The Apprentice that Sebastian Stan, one of the best performances, Jeremy Strong, one of the best performances, neither of those will happen at the Oscars. And the fact that they've
yeah,
both gotten in,
fantastic. I could not be
it's
happier about that.
fantastic.
Genuinely
Exactly.
could not be happier about that. So yeah, the only real surprise was the Daniel Craig miss, but to be honest, it was a toss up. The other 4 were just locked. As far as win, with the complete unknown underperformance, we kind of alluded to this earlier. With that overperformance, I mean, I'm kind of leaning to Chalamet win. I'm kind of leaning like they're gonna give Chalamet his Oscar. It's a musical biopic. There's a bit of controversy with Brody. It's a 4-hour long movie. He's already won before. Like, complete unknown is surging at the right time.
Yeah. I mean, there's always the chance that an older
We're overthinking.
contingent of the Academy go still a bit young, because there is age preferences and there is age sort of not discrimination, but biases against going for younger actors, and so there is always a chance that does still ring true. And Brody, he's got the Globe, so it's not confirmed, but just looking at the nominees, which narrative makes sense? It makes sense for a complete unknown. It doesn't make sense for a complete unknown to go goose egged at the end of the day in terms of wins,
Right,
based on how well it did. And it makes sense, therefore, for the support to be funneled to the star of the film, who's also a very, very, very popular name, who's playing a very, very, very popular musician. Like, it ticks a lot of boxes.
Yeah, agreed. So yeah, no, I think just show me. But we'll see. Supporting actress. I got Cynthia Rowan.
Terribly in
Very
this
happy to have
category.
called this.
Yeah.
Very happy to have called this. Don't care about the performance all that much, but proud of myself on that one. Makes
Did you
up
end
for
up taking out Jones in the end then?
yeah, I took out Jones,
Oh,
so I still
yeah,
got 4 5.
yeah,
But because I had Curtis still, So
yeah.
Curtis, big miss. They didn't do Gomez, so they didn't completely.
I thought they were doing Gomez.
If they did Gomez, then it would have tied the record with 14, which is wild.
Yeah.
But
So it's
we're
really
fair to that.
strange to me still that Gomez missed SAG and the Oscar, but got BAFTA still. Again,
Yeah,
BAFTA's supporting actress lineup, looking back, is
it's
a
whack.
very it's not normal for them to do, which I guess is partly probably due to the lack of a jury system this
Yeah,
year. The BAFTAs
probably.
now do look different and slightly bizarre, but
Yeah. Yeah, no, very, very interesting. I mean, we knew the top two. I was pretty confident about Rossellini as well. And then,
yeah, Rosalini,
happy to see Jones still making it in, even after some stumbles.
yeah.
And Monica Barbaro, I think, is just kind of a side effect of the complete unknown surge.
Yeah, no, precisely, exactly that SAG. It possibly should include us into that. Rossellini still getting in is a good sign.
I got it then. I don't.
Well, Rossellini getting in is still a good sign for Conclave. If
Conclave,
she
they're
had
still
missed,
coming
which
for it.
there was a chance she missed, given how stacked the category she
Yeah,
was, and she missed SAG obviously, but the fact that it suggests that Conclave isn't, completely like there
Yeah.
is still a lot of love for Conclave, and this
for
is why
sure.
I still think that it will go on to win.
Yeah. And again, the Curtis Mirage is crazy. Like,
yeah,
to grab SAG and BAFTA and just not
yeah,
show up. Not show
yeah.
up.
No, precursors really they were helpful, but only to an extent this year.
Right.
I feel
I still got 4 or 5. I'm given this
yeah,
category, I'm happy with that.
yeah, yeah. No,
Um
yeah,
Also rest in peace, Margaret Qualley, rest in peace, Anjanou Ellis Taylor.
yeah, yeah. And
Two
even
incredible
Deadwiler as well. I
performances.
know I've still not seen the piano lesson, and that's probably the reason she didn't end up getting in at the end.
Yes.
But there are a lot of
You
people that were in
specifically
there for
having not
that
seen it, yeah.
performance as well. So, like
Yeah.
it's another snub. But supporting actor, which
Supporting
5 for 5,
actor, 5 for 5
this
for us.
lineup became fairly easy, and
Pretty
Clarence
obvious
Macklin
by
is
the end. Yeah,
the only
Macklin just didn't
one
happen.
really
Though
well placed.
Macklin still did get a nomination because he was part of the screenwriting team for Sing Sing. So he did get
Okay,
an Oscar
cool.
nomination for writing. So that's at least still cool. I'm glad
Yeah.
that he still got something for that.
Yeah, no, good. But he was
yeah.
always going to be forced out the lineup if Sing Sing wasn't in picture, and we never really felt confident in Sing Sing getting picture. We had it snubbed at the end, so
Right.
it makes sense for Macklin to not be in this lineup. So happy Yura Borisov actually.
So Yura Borisov and Jeremy Strong, like
Jeremy Strong as well. Exactly. The fact that they actually just managed to keep momentum
the
just
momentum,
throughout. It's like brilliant.
Excellent.
They're my two favorite sporting performances of
the year.
Sporting actor performances. Yeah, of the year. So to see them both in the lineup is really nice. In terms of wins, I don't think it has massive bearing, even though A Real Pain didn't get into picture.
Right. The only thing would be is if they do like Norton at SAG or something like if they just really go crazy over if they really go crazy over Complete Unknown.
Yeah, yeah. But that to me would be strange. Would be
strange. It would be. I'm not saying that it wouldn't be, but if there's anything,
like momentum for acting in A Complete Unknown win seems to be channeling to Timmy. Like Edward Norton, I've not heard much buzz about win for Edward Norton. Like that campaign's not really taken off, and I don't know if it will. Like I've heard more talk about Guy Pearce winning than Edward Norton.
Potentially.
So, but I don't think that's going to happen either way. But there's been more talk, there's been more groundswell support.
Yeah. Okay. Screenplay categories were pretty easy. This is
at this point, I'm
5.
surprised I'm Still Here didn't make it into this lineup.
Yeah, really. To be honest.
This was a predicted 5. Exactly.
Yeah.
Over Sing Sing. Very happy that this was the nomination that got Nickel Boys in, really. But
no Wicked, no Dune. Dune, massive underperformance. Like that got picture. Like it was just Avatar, right? Like we said this. We said this pretty early. I feel that it's not going to do that well. It only got 4 nominations in text outside of picture, and that was it. Which not complaining about because the texts are the only good things about that movie. But
I wouldn't have put it in to above the line categories personally.
right.
But then I would have put it into. It is probably in and around my top 10 of the year. So it's pretty much exactly how I would have.
Yeah. Get it in
so,
picture and then
yeah,
only text. Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, this all just makes sense. The question now is Conclave still probably is winning here, but Amelia Perez could win here, guys.
They don't tend to nominate musicals. Is the thing. So the
Right.
fact that Amelia Perez got the nomination is almost a win in itself.
Yes.
And I don't think we need to do this kind of game of, oh, maybe Jack Odiard is winning, maybe this is winning screenplay. I just think Amelia Perez will win without either, and
Maybe.
that's fine. It'll be the 1st
We'll see
time
about
since
precursors
Chicago
though.
that happened,
We'll
but
see about precursors because like again, first screenplay WJ doesn't matter, right? But we
yeah.
can take a look at Critics' Choice and BAFTA. Now, Critics' Choice doesn't have a complete unknown. Can complete unknown happen? I don't know. But I wouldn't say I'm 100% confident about Conclave. And BAFTA will be very
No,
telling, where you'll get to see all three of them go head to head with
yeah,
Amelia Perez completed on Conclave.
no,
So
not complete confidence, but it's sort of like Kieran Culkin, where it tracks in my mind. They've already won
no,
for it.
it
I can
totally
see
tracks,
precursors just keep
but
going with
we'll
them.
see if we'll see Critics' Choice what they do.
Yeah, yeah.
Original,
But they can't do a complete unknown.
right? Exactly. Yeah. Original screenplay, we got 4 out of 5 here. Missed challengers for September 5.
I mean, we
Was just kind of hoped
probably
that one
should
that they
have
wouldn't do
just, yeah,
September 5.
exactly.
No,
Hoping
like
for
films don't get PGA
something
and
cool.
then get nothing. Yeah, we
No.
were hoping they did something cool instead of something stupid, and they did something stupid. But yeah, this should just be an Anora win, especially now that Ariel Payne is out of Best Picture.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. And that was the only one. Like, the Brutalist isn't the screenplay winner, and the Substance performed about as expected. But yeah,
right?
it's
I
giving
don't see
Baker his Oscar. That
right.
narrative
It's
hasn't
giving
changed.
Baker's Oscar, and
No.
I don't know why we would stop doing that now.
No.
Okay, animated feature, the obvious 5, just the so clearly
Borderline
obvious
not
5.
even worth talking about. And then
Right.
our
The only
opinions
thing as
haven't
far as
changed on Flow winning.
yeah, I mean, because Wild
I
Robot got
guess
2 extra noms. It got sound and score.
Flow got international, though.
And Flow got international.
So
So
that's
we have
fairly
2
good
films.
for it.
This is going to be a similar race to Boy and the Heron and Spider-Verse, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Robot
Yes, although
Robot
Boy
did
and the Heron
slightly
did
better.
overperform, Spider-Verse underperformed, whereas these two have
Both kind of performed.
Yeah.
But so I'm still leaning Flow slightly, but we'll see.
I still think, yeah, Flow will take the BAFTA, and the Golden Globe and could take all of them. Like, the Golden Globe win for Flow was massive.
Yeah,
And I think
100%.
that will
For momentum, yeah.
carry over, exactly.
Doc got 4 out of 5 here. Missed Porcelain War for Daughters. Really unfortunate that Daughters didn't happen. It's absolutely fantastic. Happy with the other ones though. Very happy for No Other Land. It's the documentary of the year. It's in my top 10 films of the year. If like it doesn't have US distribution, which I might make a video about because that's fucking crazy. Like this is a potential Oscar winner here, guys. Like it's probably winning the Oscar. Someone distribute it, put it out. Like the most important movie of 2024. Anyways, happy for soundtrack to a coup d'etat. Like, this is about expected. Also loved Sugarcane. Very happy that that's here. Like, there's no real big snub aside from Daughters.
Daughters, that was the miss. That was Porcelain War was the consensus 6, so it's not like they threw in something completely random.
Yeah.
Porcelain War
I
was
mean, it's
always
Ukraine
in
one.
and around there. Yeah, exactly.
100%.
So
100%.
nothing too surprising there. Not surprised at all. They snubbed things like Will Harper, Evelyn, etc.
Yeah. None of those were ever really going to be a thing. Seriously. No. So, okay, international. We again did 4 out of 5. No Vermilio or McMillions before Grandma Dice. They just did Girls Needle, which was the other one in that conversation.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. No, Kneecap, a lot of people probably were predicting Kneecap. It never felt like the kind of thing the international branch would really take to. Like, sure, BAFTAs loved it. It's a British film or Irish film. Actually, I don't know how it was funded, but
I don't know.
Yeah. But The Girl with the Needle, anyway, it was a 50-50 toss-up, really, for me, whether it was A Girl with the Needle or The Milio. So
Yeah.
ends up going Emilio, but you know, fair
Makes
enough.
sense as lineup. Happy with it. Happy to see the Sacred Fig is still there. I'm still here, obviously. Did very well. Amelia Perez, of course. Very happy that Flo is here. Love that film. Very nice to see another animated film in international. I think the last one was Flea, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
So
probably.
yeah, we'll see. I mean, obviously Amelia Paris is winning, but solid lineup. Cinematography. Okay, I should have stuck with my guts and kept Edward Lockman because they love Edward Lockman too much. They love him too much, and they
They
just
do.
always he is the Diane Warren of the cinematography category. Like
Yeah. Just
if you
this
see
year
Lockman,
was
it
really
was crowded.
really stacked. When things like Nickel Boys, which I wasn't predicting, I know you were, but for when that could get,
Yeah,
when that is as good as it is, and that is as
yeah,
innovative as it is, and is still missing.
and
When
still
you've
got
got things
pictures. They still
like
saw it and didn't go for
Wicked
it.
that theoretically in other years Wicked would have been an easy bet to put in something like this. Sure, it's a big tech thing.
Yeah,
It tracks. I put in a complete unknown. Personally, I was expecting a performance in the wrong categories for a complete unknown. We'll
right.
get to editing, but I also put it in there, and it just didn't chop.
Amelia
Didn't even
Perez
propose,
it
but
overperformed here. Amelia Perez off just BAFTA is wild.
yeah,
Um,
happy to see June still make it in. Obviously, that was
despite
never
its massive
really down for this.
underperformance.
Yeah, I'm glad that I'm actually almost glad that it missed where it did and got in. Like I think the nominations
I'm
for all
fine
are
with where it got. Yeah,
fairly correct
yeah,
nominations. So
I agree.
yeah,
Nosferatu also quietly did quite well. Like it had a pretty good
four
ceremony.
had 4 noms. Yeah,
4 nominations. Like it was I think this got the most nominations of any film that didn't get Best Picture. Like it
yeah,
was probably like if we think about what was just outside for Best Picture, it was Sing Sing, it was A Real Pain, it was September 5, and then probably Nosferatu was 14.
probably Nosferatu. Yeah, probably yeah. Because I mean, it definitely wasn't challenges, which a lot of people,
Yeah.
including myself,
So I
would
think
put in
Nosferatu
that
was
spot.
the number 14 to be honest.
Yeah,
Which makes sense, I suppose. So
yeah, yeah.
but yeah, the Amelia Perez nomination is crazy. That over Nickel Boys, like what the fuck are we doing? Like actually what the
Yeah,
fuck are we doing?
it did always kind of track though that Amelia Perez at the end of the day would be overperforming in categories like these where it's showy,
Yeah.
it's very showy cinematography. Not that Nickel Boys isn't in the same way, but
Very
it,
showy that film, yeah.
you know,
Yeah, I'm happy for Maria. I actually quite like the cinematography in that film. I enjoyed that film overall. So happy with that. But yeah, as far as a win, especially with the Dune underperformance, like this is just the brutalist, right?
this should just be the brutalist. Yeah, no, for sure, for sure.
Surely they don't go for fucking Amelia Paris for the win. Surely. Costumes, we got 4 to 5 here. We had Dune in instead of Gladiator. What do you
Yeah,
do?
which
Uh
I mean, I'm happy with Gladiator 2 getting in over Dune in this category. Happy that Gladiator
sure.
2 didn't go
I know
goose-egg
you
that I
fucking love
was
Gladiator 2 so much.
potentially. I mean, I like it, and I think it would have been a shame if Gladiator 2 ended the day with no nominations. And I think things like costumes are worthy for it. I think it shows again, going back to the thing of Conclave, going back to Rossellini's point that like it's good that it still was getting these categories. Like it's good that it can still
Yeah,
pick up these texts
it
that
can still slide
maybe
into costumes.
it wouldn't need to when it's not a period thing. It's a modern day. Like it wasn't guaranteed that Conclave was getting into this category and productions like they were not guarantees, but they still happened. So
Yeah.
worth
Yeah.
mention.
The complete unknown, as you mentioned, yeah. Like
I mean, we
as
predicted a
part of the
complete unknown
overperformance. We predicted it
at
as
the
part of
end.
the overperformance package.
Yeah,
Nosferatu again sliding in. Wicked is just the obvious winner though.
Wicked
Like
is the obvious winner. Yeah, yeah,
so
100%.
yeah. Editing. Brutalist got in. Brutalist did end up sliding in. No Dune,
No
which
Doom.
I know
Yeah,
you'd said like it's probably just still gonna win. Not anymore.
yeah.
What is
No,
winning this category? So Brutalist manages to get in without ACE or BAFTA. Only
yeah.
got Critics' Choice. Massive for that. Wicked got in, which we predicted. And then just no challengers complete unknown September 5, etc. Right?
No.
Um,
I think whatever you're predicting to win Best Picture,
you're
predict to
predicting
win
here.
Best Editing. Unless
Because
you're
these
predicting
are
complete
the
unknown,
top
in which
five
case
for best. Yeah. These are top
we
five for
like.
best picture plus I guess complete unknown. But
Exactly. So I think personally, this for me is just Amelia Perez. There's no real logic from that other than it's winning Best Picture, in my opinion.
yeah.
I think that's how most people should approach this category. If you think Honora's winning, put it for editing. If you think Conclave's winning, put it in editing, etc.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Which makes sense. I guess we could look
because none of these, I guess, really have like reasons to go for it in editing.
So
There's
if you look at
none of
sound,
that,
the
actually.
only two that got sound were Amelia Paris and Wicked. So even if you want to look at that, Wicked's not going to win editing. If you look at these four, which are the top four for Best Picture right now,
Yeah.
the only
And I
one of
guess-
those that got sound was Amelia Perez, and that's incredibly important. for
So
editing.
that provides some logic to it, I guess.
So I would lean Amelia Perez, yeah, which is
just another reason it's probably going to win Best Picture.
Yeah. Makeup. Let's fucking go a different man.
We
Let's
predicted
fucking go a
this.
different man. So
And
happy
that-
that this just got an Oscar nomination. Like,
Yeah. No.
it got one. It got one. So happy with that. We predicted it. We got 4 out of 5 again. We went for Beetlejuice over Amelia Paris. Another overperformance from Amelia Paris.
Yeah. I guess Amelia Perez was sneakily overperformed because we all knew Amelia Perez was going to do well, but I guess it is a sneaky overperformance because things like Selena Gomez didn't happen.
Or no,
But
sorry.
things like-
What did we not do?
No,
I can't
it
remember
was
what we
Amelia
did.
Perez I didn't do. And yeah, it was Amelia
Yeah.
Perez we didn't do. So this is at least me, this was not an expected nom. But I guess Beetlejuice was always, like, it did very well at the Makeup Guilds, but
Yeah,
they're clearly slightly on their own wavelength, the Oscar makeup and hairstyling people.
for
So,
sure. Yeah.
whatever.
As far as a win, again, another nomination for Nosferatu, right? As far as a win, it's just going to be the substance, and I think that this will be a big part in giving the Oscar to Demi Moore.
Yeah.
Like it is the makeup transformation piece, right? And we always talk about how important a makeup win is for the leading acting categories.
Yeah.
And I think this is just it. I think it's just
It's
it.
also worth mentioning, I'm very glad something like Gold didn't get in, so I wouldn't have to be watching Waltzing with Brando.
Yes.
For whatever reason.
Yeah.
I'm very glad that I don't have to
Yeah,
watch
this
this random
makeup
fucking
nom
film.
is A Different Man, which is a fantastic movie, and hopefully more
Exactly. Which
cover it
really,
because of
exactly. 100%.
production design. So this we went 5 out of 5 in.
Yep. This was a fairly consensus 5. as
Right.
well.
The only
It
thing
ended
was
up
gonna be
being
like
that.
If Complete Unknown Broken or like Gladiator, or, Amelia
Yeah.
Perez, right? But yeah, this makes sense. Another nom for Nosferatu. As far as a win here, it's gonna be Wicked, of course.
It's going to be Wicked, yeah.
But yeah, not much to say here really. Like it was just our expected 5.
Pretty much.
Fucking Challengers.
Cool.
What happened, guys? What happened to Challengers? Guys?
Yeah. And to be fair,
What happened?
Amelia Perez was expected. It was Wicked here that was the one that we weren't.
Yeah, we were doing.
Alright.
We didn't think they'd go for both musicals, and they did.
No, and they just did. Yeah, Wild Robot. I mean, sure, nice to see it here. But Challengers was if anywhere, Screenplay was maybe a rogue shout, but it won the Globe. There were enough people that really liked it. There were people that
It
knew.
had passion. It had DeResner and Ross' name behind it.
Yeah.
Like, come on,
It
guys.
just didn't come to
guys.
anything. And again, clear winner here in my eyes.
Yeah, another
It
nomination
just
for Amelia.
seems to
Yeah,
be-
it's just brutalist.
Yeah.
It's gonna sweep. What else is gonna win here, really?
Exactly. I mean, you could have made the argument that it was Conclave back when Conclave was supposedly a Best Picture.
But no. It's just brutalist taking it all the way. Song. They did the Elton John thing. This is going to be a random movie that we'll have to watch to go 100%. This is the obligatory Diane Warren random movie that you have to watch. What is it? The Fire
Just hoping
Inside,
it's better
Like a
than-
Woman.
No, wasn't it Flaming Hot? Fire Inside was one this year.
Oh yeah. Well, Fire Inside was the
Was-
original
that was
name
it.
of that movie. I think.
Oh.
Fire Inside was a movie this year, but the
Fire
Cheetos
Inside
movie
was yeah.
Yeah, but the Cheetos movie was initially called Fire Inside.
Okay.
No, that was in the
What
back
the
of my head.
hell was that then?
We got to do a video sometime. Pause. We got to do a video sometime where we. I'm sorry for pausing you. That was great.
It's okay.
But we have to do a video sometime where we watch every Diane Warren nominated film
Oh Christ! I mean,
over the summer.
surely
Over the
has she not done some songs that are like in actual films? She
She
must.
did one for Armageddon. I know.
Okay. Yeah. That's
Michael Bay movie.
I mean,
I know.
the actual
Well,
film we're going with. That suggests something's gone wrong.
we got it.
We'll
We'll do it at some point. I think that this would be fun as fuck. Anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we knew the Diane Warren was going to happen. We knew two Amelia Perez. And then we went for Wild Robot song, which didn't end up happening. And then the Challenger song, Compressor Press. They went for Sing Sing, sure. It shows
Sing
that
Sing makes
Sing Sing
sense.
still got
It is
3
a big
nominations.
song.
Screenplay actor, song, still had some support. And then, yeah, it's just really the name Elton John, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
So, which, fair enough. Yeah. All right, sound. I mean, I feel like this was pretty expected. Like, the only
It
real thing is just
became
Wild Robot. We didn't go for Wild Robot. We went.
Oh yeah,
for
Wild
Gladiator.
Robot. Yeah,
We just went
but
for Gladiator in the wrong category.
and people were talking about Wild Robot in sound, so it's not, out of the ordinary. But yeah, Gladiator 2 just didn't happen here when it very well could have and perhaps should have. But yes, A Complete Unknown we expected towards the end. Amelia Perez makes sense. Wicked makes sense. June makes sense. So yeah, pretty standard.
Everything here makes sense.
Overall.
Everything here makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. As far as a win,
winning is a little more questionable.
Now that Dune's underperformed.
I still think Dune can win, though. I still think it can win this in VFX. And I probably would be predicting it. I think it is. You could predict A Complete Unknown if you want. Yeah, I feel like that's what you're going to say.
You could. No, I was going to say that I sneezed but muted it correctly at the right time, which I'm, sound work. Hey, but yeah, you certainly could predict A Complete Unknown. Now, A Complete Unknown did miss the BAFTA for sound, which is kind of concerning. The only 2 films that got everything were Wicked and Dune. I could totally see a Wicked win here, especially
there is something about
all of the talk about them recording all of the singing live on set and having to do the mixing live, right? Like, I could see it. Like, live mixing is very well respected, especially among the guild who will work on live television and stuff like that and understand live mixing editing.
No, there is a narrative there, but equally in June you have the worm sequence, which if you just play that as a clip,
right?
I think there'll be a lot of people that will just be inclined to do that.
Kick the ball.
So I would still be going June to win sound and VFX personally.
Probably. And let's get into VFX. So we just missed the one Alien. We went for Civil War. Have been whatever. It was going to be one of those populist. Right.
Exactly.
So I'll have to watch that. Planet of the Apes. We just always knew it was going to happen.
It's not bad, Alien Romulus. It's not bad, Alien Romulus.
Okay. I forgot that you've seen it. I forgot that you've seen
it. It's a fun blockbuster. It's a better example of blockbuster.
Okay. Planet of the Apes, Better Man. We knew that those were happening. Dune's obviously winning. Wicked's here. Need to watch the 2 monkey movies. Still, but yeah, I think this is all pretty obvious. And I think that's everything because we have the short films. Disappointed that Don Hertzfeldt didn't get in. Happy about Instant getting in. Like Bill Morrison a lot as a filmmaker. Don't know any of these. We'll research those later.
I'm sure have some absolutely.
We'll watch through them. Maybe do a video on them. I'm sure they're half of them are ass as usual. But yeah, well, this has been our breakdown of the Oscar nominations. It's a lot. It's always a lot to process. But you can check out our full reactions if that's something that you're interested in. Our live reactions to them, which was pretty fun. And we're gonna have reviews for a lot of these films coming over the next couple of days, next couple of weeks. Quite excited for that. We can do a video once we see I'm Still Here. We'll do a video ranking the best picture nominees. We'll do videos ranking a bunch of the categories. Probably fill out our own personal ballot. Lots of fun stuff over the next month, really, because we have all of February and then early March Oscars.
Which that is the one thing I thought I was going to be okay on release dates this time. Like last year, we had Zone of Interest that just didn't come out, and now
I'm Still Here.
21st of Feb or something like that. I have to wait until to see that.
I'm Still Here. So, yeah.
Yes, that will be. We'll have to wait to do. We will probably do. Rank the best picture maybe weekend before the Oscars themselves.
Before the Oscars, So. Makes sense. But so lots of fun videos though. We're gonna be pumping out the content over the next month and a half. So make sure that you stick around for all of that. But until next time, thank everybody for watching. Stay safe and goodbye.